All right.
All right.
Whenever you are ready.
Caleb, just with the first couple months since you moved out from the West Coast to here, what's it been like for you?
It hasn't really been much of a culture shock, to be honest. I would actually say Tennessee's a lot like where I'm from. I'm from Napa, so we got like a lot of nature and like trees. Like just, it's been a pretty easy transition. The guys on the team, everybody's been real nice. That's one thing I would say about down south. Like everybody's nice and welcoming down here compared to California. But yeah, the transition's been good, and the last 3 months, I've just been working on getting my body right, and yeah.
How much for you is this sort of almost like a contract year? This is your last year. You're looking
Yeah.
to make a big impact and kind of set yourself up for the next step.
Honestly, like I don't even like. I think about it like that, but a lot of people don't know. Like this is my 7th fall camp. Like yeah, a lot of people don't know. I did 3 years of junior college football. My first year, I tore my MCL, and then I played 2 years in junior college. Then I transferred to SC, and I redshirted, and then I played 2 years, and then my COVID year. So like, man, I'm just out here. I feel blessed to just be able to play football. Like, obviously, like the price of poker goes up a little bit, but I'm not really worried about all that. I just like playing football. So yeah.
How's it been being coached by Ronnie Garner here early on?
Yeah, it's been great. He's a real technician. I honestly, like, I feel like I've made a lot of growth. Even, we've only had 3 fall camp practices, but even in those 3 days, I've made a lot of growth, like, as a player. And I'm excited to work with him and just see where it ends up, just show up every day and work, yeah.
What do you think of that defensive line unit and any guys that have stood out to you?
I would just say, like, the D-line unit, like, we got a bunch of ballers, and I'm not going to say, like, any one guy, just everybody works hard, everybody shows up and works, and it's fun every day, everybody brings the energy, nobody is out there not to get better, and that's like one of the best things to be, like, around, you know, that environment, everybody's there to get better, so, yeah.
Caleb, when you talk about, you know, a lot of guys, they'll talk when they're seniors about, you know, how much they've learned about themselves over the past 3 or 4 years. You're talking like, it's like a generation almost. I mean, you're talking like 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
How much have you learned about yourself? What's changed about you since you first enrolled in college?
Well, man, that's a good question. I mean, I've grown a lot. Like, I think the biggest thing is, like, learning and, like, working with people. Like, you really learn how to, like, that's, like, the biggest, I guess, area of growth. Like, you know, you see yourself, or I see myself back in junior college. I was, like, immature, just, like, you know, you're just out there just because you're out there to play football. You don't really know why, you're just doing it. But working with people, like, you learn how to not talk back to coaches, like, yes, sir, no, sir. You learn how to take coaching. So, like, one thing that's big for me is, like, I've really learned how to take coaching over the last couple of years. So,
Do you
yeah.
think guys who go through JUCO sometimes have a better appreciation for things? Because I imagine you're spending 2 or 3 years at JUCO,
Yeah.
and it's not a guarantee that you're ever going to go to a place like SC
Yeah.
or like Tennessee.
Yeah, so I had no offers out of high school, so I was like one of those guys. My senior year of high school, I was like 200 pounds, put on like 70 pounds in a year, and then I started getting offers and stuff. That was a real humbling experience. Like, wait, sorry, I forgot.
Just in terms of like,
Oh yeah,
you don't
yeah,
have any
yeah, yeah,
appreciation
yeah.
for
The
what you got.
JUCO struggle is real. Like, I remember we had like 5 guys in one room, and like I would literally wake up in the morning, do our morning workout at whatever 6 a.m. and then for breakfast I would just like go have a glass of milk, and then like go like back to school. Like, so it definitely is like, it's humbling. It's humbling in the fact, like, you see how well they take care of you, like places like Tennessee, like you have a full breakfast and just stuff like that. It's like humbling, and like you really see like how blessed you are to be like where you're at.
Caleb, you're an older guy, obviously, when we're talking about that.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I'm 24.
You turn 25 during the season, right?
Yeah.
So you could rent a car.
Yeah.
During the season, you're gonna. Some of these guys are only 7 years.
I know. I try not to think about it.
Do you
'cause
feel
it makes,
like the old man out there, Tom?
No, I mean, when you bring up stuff like that, it makes me feel old. Yes, but I try not to think about it honestly. Yeah.
What led you to pick Tennessee to transfer, and what's it like having 2 other USC transfers on the roster?
What made me pick Tennessee is like I was trying to go down south to play football, and that was one thing I really wanted to experience. And like just like this is really cool. Like, but having Chase and Bayless on a team, it just made the transition really easy. Chase was actually one of my best friends at USC. We would hang out every day, so it's been cool like hanging out with him. I literally just moved in with him, so yeah.
What do you feel like you're going to bring to this defensive line? Kind of what the coaches said that they want you to provide to this group.
Honestly, I haven't really thought about like what. Well, I personally think I'm gonna bring is just I just want to bring like what I personally want to bring is competition, and like I just want to go out there and work hard every day. Like I don't really worry about all the little stuff like whatever like depth charts or anything. I just want to go out there and work. Like that's yeah.
How has picking up this defense gone for you? I know that sometimes, it's not like D-line maybe changes as much system to system as LBs and DBs and stuff like that, but how have you gotten accustomed to this system?
It's actually been pretty smooth picking up the defense. Just the way they did it, like we installed a month ago our defense, and then in fall camp we're reinstalling, and a lot of the plays like whether you're blitzing the boundary or whatever, blitzing the field, like I did a lot of that at SC and even in junior college. So like a lot of like the play calls are very similar, like the movements, everything. So yeah, it definitely helps like having that experience.
What about how multiple the defense is with the different fronts and things that they want to do? Have you played in that kind of experience that before?
Yeah, actually, are you talking about like four eyes?
Yeah.
So I actually played. So the first year we didn't play at SC. I didn't play a 4-eye at all, or my first 2 years, and then my last year at SC we would play 4-eye like 50%, and I have a lot of experience at the 4-eye. Honestly, like I have a lot of experience at the 3-tech too. Like I played a lot of 3 last year. I was like 250 pounds actually last year playing 3-tech, and sometimes even nose. I took some reps at nose, so I've played actually all over in the Pac-12. But
what's your weight at now?
I'm about like 275. Yeah, so I put on like 25 pounds since last season.
So you have that inside-outside versatility.
Yeah, I actually really like pass rushing from the 3-tech. That's actually one of my favorite things. Okay. Today, I took a rep over center just because I just like taking reps all over, especially pass rushing. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
You talk about how, I guess, how long you've been around. There's a lot of guys in your group that have been around. This is their 5th and 6th year, a lot of seniors. What was it like joining a group with some veterans like that?
Yeah, I actually felt like I had a lot to learn from them, and they do a lot of things like that I didn't even like think about doing, and they're honestly real technicians. And I think some of those guys have been in the same position as I have. I think Matt was talking about last week about how he's had multiple D-line coaches and stuff. So yeah, I definitely feel like I relate with a lot of the players, like situation-wise, like whatever coming in, there's a new coaching staff. Yeah, but it's been good working with all those guys. Yeah, I've learned a lot.
I guess you got him beat on number of defensive line coaches played for.
What's that?
Did you have him beat on number of defensive line coaches played for?
Let me think. I had one. I would have to think. I probably had like 4 or something, 4 or 5. Yeah. I think he had like 6 or 7, right? Or something like that. Yeah.
6, I think.
6. Yeah. I don't have to be. Yeah.
Any fierce offensive lineman battles with any offensive lineman you've had in camp? Anything noteworthy like that?
I I'm not gonna say there's like any fierce battles, but the competition is really good out here. Yeah, the offensive line rolls deep. Everybody's a baller. So yeah.
Hey Caleb, was that your first time going to Dollywood recently?
Yeah, that was my first time. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
What do you think of the country aspect?
The country aspect was cool. The rides down there were actually crazy. Like I wasn't expecting that from Dollywood. I thought it was gonna be like a chill amusement park. Like, what was that one ride?
Hot Rod?
The one that the wood ride, the fastest wood ride in the country. What's that called?
Lightning Rod?
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I love Dollywood. I'm gonna go back for sure. Get a season pass or something.
On that note, we'll finish with that.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.